Hey guys, welcome back to another budget with me. I hope that you will subscribe, like this video, and share it with others. Today is going to be our very first budget that we're doing without really knowing what our income is going to be. If you guys have not been following me for a while, I was recently laid off due to the COVID crisis that has been happening, and it just finally hit my workforce, and so I was one of the jobs that was eliminated during the process. And we are still keeping our head high, we are still smiling and going about every day. Was it difficult in the beginning? Yes, it was. We're not going to pretend like it wasn't, but in essence, I feel like this is just a time for me to really regroup, refocus, and understand what it is that I want to do going forward. So I thought, like, how do I do a budget with me when I have no realistic way of knowing what income I'm going to have? But I want to walk you guys through that process with me, because you guys have been on this journey with me for this whole entire time. So we're not going to stop here. We're going to continue to go and grow together during this time. So I hope you guys will stay with me, and let's go ahead and jump into our budget planners, which these are available on my website right now. You can go ahead and grab you one if you are in need of a budget planner, because it has everything you need in there. If you guys follow Dave Ramsey, this is the one that you need to have. Okay, I'm just saying, go ahead and copy your budget planner, get you one. All right, let's go ahead and get into this budget with me. Alright, you guys, so I started this, and then I realized there were some things that I was not supposed to say in my other one, so we're just going to start all over. So this paycheck is $615, and the income that we're going to be working with, I did get my last paycheck, I believe. I will get a last paycheck, and it's going to be, I'm going to budget for about $800. If you guys hear the noise in the background, that is I'm at my parents' house. I don't know if I told you guys that. So normally where I can like go dip off and have some quiet, I'm like intruding on their time. So I'm just thankful that I had this like little area I could come to and set up and record in. And if you guys hear a fan, there's like air conditioner, there's some of everything in here. So anyways, I believe my last paycheck after they take everything out is going to be roughly about $800. So how we're going to do it this time, I don't really know some details to my severance package, which I cannot discuss. That was part of the agreement. I can tell you guys that I got one, but I can't discuss exactly how much it was. So with that, I'm going to leave that piece of it out of there, but I just want to make sure I write down all my expenses and know what I will need to cover myself for this paycheck and paying all of these bills. So that's how we're going to do it. I hope you guys can understand that. When you work someplace and you've been there for a while, I had no idea I was going to even be eligible for that. Like, I actually started going off before I found out that it was, you know, I was eligible to get a severance package or whatever. All right, so first up we have our car note, and that is due $615, and we have and it's $500. One good thing about this is that I did pay an extra car note this past May, and then you guys know I was already like ahead a car note and a half, so that puts me 2 car notes and a half ahead on there, and that's really good. So in the event that I would need to adjust something, I definitely would, you know, not pay this car note because I am already ahead. And that's things that I'm like looking for, is like, am I ahead on this, am I behind on this, and whatever the case may be. All right, so then we have MLGW, which is our Memphis Gas, Light, and Water. Okay, and that's going to be due on 6/21, I believe. All right, and we budgeted for $181 at the beginning of the month, and I'm quite sure we have used all of that. I'm quite sure that is like what it's going to be. It's been hotter outside, and you know, being at home more, that's the whole thing. You guys know I actually was at home for 2 weeks working from home due to having to get tested for the coronavirus, and like it was just a whole thing right before Memorial Day, and then boom, like, oh y'all, it's a whole, life is just a whole thing. But you know what, I'm honestly in a very, very good place where I feel comfortable and I feel good. You know, like I cried a little bit because it was a loss, but overall, like I feel good. I feel like God has been preparing me for a time such as this, like not just having my own business on the side that could sustain us and do, you know, help us out during this time, but also just being able to have just some things that, you know, would help me in the future. So learning how to do my nails, learning, knowing how to do my hair. I do my hair all the time. I know how to apply a wig. I know how to do my own makeup. I am able to sustain a quote-unquote lifestyle right now that I want to, because I can do things on my own. So I think that's like one of the greatest things of all, is that I've been training myself to take care of my self-care items ahead of time. Who would have known? Like, I've been doing my hair all my life though. Like, I went to the beauty shop whenever I had to kind of go, but for the most part I've been doing my own hair, other than when I had very short hair and I was getting it done like every week like clockwork. But anyways, you guys didn't ask that. Back to this is MLGW. We're budgeting for 181. And then we have Sprint, which our Sprint bill. I am so thankful that and this is what I'm talking about, like that preparedness, like we were already in motion, already working this thing out to where our Sprint bill is only $56.81 versus where it was before. So that makes me make sure it's at 56.51. My bad, I said 81. 56.51 versus where it was at one time it was $160 for my paycheck, and now I've gotten it down to $56.51, which I think is so amazing that I'm here now. My phone is paid for. I don't have to worry about that. Not sure if I was able to keep my previous work phone, but I would have to get it turned on, and it's totally separate. I have Sprint. That was an AT&T phone. Not sure how I'm going to do that, or if I even want to do that, but I have until the end of the month to kind of decide on what I want to do with that phone. The reason being why I'm thinking about keeping it is, one, a business phone, and two, because pretty soon Bubba's going to need a phone anyway, and so that would be good for me to already have for him and not have to worry about it if I can afford to pay it off and keep the phone, so now I won't have to worry too much. Okay, so we have our Sprint bill on there, and then we have Xfinity. Okay, and Xfinity is due on 6/28 or 27, maybe 27. Oop, but I ain't got no white out here at the house, y'all. I got everything in this bag but some white out, child. No white out. So it is what it is. We're gonna leave that at 6/28. We know the bill gonna get paid because it's gonna get paid, and that is at 1/21. So what I would do with Xfinity is try to call and find out if they have any programs available for me to be able to reduce the cost while I don't have a job. Not necessarily like defer the payments or anything like that, but just see what I can do to reduce the cost. I have the highest form of internet on there. I have Blast, and with Blast it is expensive, I guess, but I have the fastest internet, and that's what I needed for being at home, working from home anyway, and then doing videos and things like that. But if that's speed wise or if that's just gigabytes wise, so those are some things I want to look into and see, because maybe I can cut that down for now and just kind of adjust my timings and things like that, because we do have like 1,000 gigabytes that we can use per month, and we never really go over about 500, I think, like was the highest, and that was with us being home during like Christmas break and stuff like that. All right, so last but not least is the Netflix. Okay, and Netflix, I know for a fact that's due on the 28th, and that is $17. And we're gonna keep Netflix. That's something that we need to have at home while Bubba is at home. But if things got real rough and tough with its Afro Puffs, we definitely will be asking for some of the people who got logins. Hey, I'm gonna need y'all to chip in on this 17 for the next couple of months till I get back on my feet. Okay, don't think we gonna slide with that Netflix account. Okay, all right. And then we usually account for childcare. We write down childcare on here. It is officially the summertime, but I know Bubba wanted to do some summer camps. I don't think we'll put him any for the month of June, so I'm good on that right now. They have a virtual summer camp that they're doing. May put him in that, or just finding something that he can get into so that he's just not cooped up in the house with me all day. I think he needs to be outside. I think he needs to go play. I think he needs to be around other children to continue to help him thrive and grow, because again, at home he's the only child. So I know for a fact, as being a child, even though I have two brothers, I was the baby and raised as an only child in a sense. And so I know how important it is to have that type of interaction. I did baseball in the summer times. I played tennis. I was very active until I started working, and then I was working every summer. So it was, you know, that type of thing. And I want to keep that same energy with my own son. So for right now, we're just going to budget $0 for the rest of June. And in the event we decide to put him in some sort of summer camp, then we will do so. Again, I'm sorry if this keeps going in and out with the clarity of looking at the budget planner, but I am using a lens and trying to practice on some new features so you guys can see it a little bit better and get a clearer view. And again, I'm not at home, so we makeshifting everything over here. Okay, this a whole new world. And y'all see I'm trying to be quiet. Y'all know my parents be like, shh. They in Bible study right now too, virtually, so it's a whole thing. All right, and then we have our cash envelopes, right? And our cash envelopes include our personal care, our household items, groceries, gas, eating out. That's all inside of there. My goal is to reduce my eating out money and put that more towards groceries since we'll be at home more. I have been doing better with like creating meals that we can like stretch. So like last week I bought some turkey meat and some wraps, and we did like turkey wraps during the day. Y'all listen, if you have not made some turkey wraps for your kids, very good snack, and it's a lot easy, you know, better. I feel like it's a lot better than having like a bready meal and then some chips and stuff. But we ate that, child. We was I put that thing in the air fryer, get a little crispy. It was so good. So I want to do more things like that since we'll both kind of be at home and enjoy ourselves in that manner. I'm not trying to adjust his life completely, and I think that's where I'm at. So I'm introducing things to make it more fun. So he's liking that too, where he's helping to make his lunches and things like that. So all of that is inside of those cash envelopes, and we're going to go with $3.90. So again, I usually do $50 for eating out, but I think I want to try to adjust that and do, you know, my one special day. I do still like to support the local businesses, so I'll probably do one special day a week where I do go out and get something to eat, and then that's probably it, because things is opening back up, but the COVID thing is rising, so y'all ain't gonna see me out there in these streets, okay, doing all of that and all that. All right, and then we have our sinking funds here. So sinking funds. And our sinking funds are $80. And I know a lot of people get confused when I write down sinking funds, like you already have your savings. I do, but sinking funds are things that I have already planned for and I've been saving for all year to get to that date, or for months to get to that date. So it's a little bit different. I know I'm going to spend this particular money at some point in time, like maybe for school clothes, which I had on there. I had a conference trip on there. I had, you know, just some different things that I wanted to do. So those are my sinking funds. In the event that I don't come up with the money that I need to last for this month, I would adjust my sinking funds first, because that is something that would probably be adjusted anyways with me not having a job. So I think that's important to know. Like, this is where you start looking at things to adjust. So we have our sinking funds at $80. Let's go ahead and add up everything that we need, and we're just going to go with what our total expenses are to see what we would need for this month to survive, essentially. So we know we're going to get an $800 paycheck, right? So we're going to let that one just kind of be a part of that, and then we'll see what else we need to contribute to everything else. So let's add it up. We have 500 plus 181 plus 56, 51 plus 121 plus 17 plus 390 plus 80. Okay, so that puts us at $1345.51 as our total over here for our total expenses. Okay, and we're going to subtract 800 from that, and that leaves us needing $545.51, right? So we need, I'm going to put that over here. So whatever I need to come up with for the next for this time period, whenever I get that check, it's going to equal to about $545.51. If I did not get, you know, whatever severance or whatever, I would just be taking this money from out of my savings account and making sure I had that available to pay for everything. So that's actually not too bad for this first one. Again, I feel like I'm in a lot better place than what I would have been a couple of years ago. I would not have been as calm, as collected as I am right now, because I just know that God is going to provide, and He has been providing. So I mean, I can't do anything but be grateful, you guys, because it could have been worse. I lasted through the whole the biggest part of the pandemic, where our market did kind of fall off in like April-ish, I want to say. If you guys remember me telling you, I was like getting Fridays off, and so my job was essential, but at the same time it still was like somebody else can do that position. And so I understand it's a business decision. If you can have somebody else do it and release somebody else and save some money, and I get it. I was not the only person that was let go. There were several people across the country that was let off too. So it's a whole thing. I'm not upset anymore as I was. I was kind of a little bit upset because, again, it was a loss, but I'm really okay. You know, I'm just trying to cope and deal with the new place in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just in a different space. So one of the good things, I'm going to be going and working with my brother a couple of days. He has his own shop. He's a mechanic, has his own business, and so I can go be his front office manager. I already named myself general manager. Y'all see me, okay? I'm gonna have a whole name tag and all that. So in the meantime of me looking for another job, I'll be going over there and working for my brother. So I will have some other income, including the income I get from my shop. So if you guys aren't already shopping with me, you're looking for ways that you want to contribute, you know, help during this season, you can go shop and get some stickers, get a budget planner. You know, I think all of those things are super duper important to help people watch my videos all the way through. You know, that's how you get to helping your girl out, okay? And don't feel like you can't do anything. If you can't do that, just send a prayer up for your girl, okay? Just keep the spirits high, because it is a new territory. This is unmarked territory for me. I've been working pretty much all of my life since I've been able to work. I had 3 jobs in college. I worked in high school. I was a manager by the time I graduated from high school. Moved down to Memphis, and I had a job immediately, and then I jumped into another job, and then there's been job after job after job. So this is my first time having a break where I'm not too like stressed about it, but it's like, what is it that you want to do? Okay, so some things that we have coming up. We know we have Father's Day, right? And Father's Day is on the 22nd, 21st. I'm gonna put the 21st. I think it's on the 21st. So I will have to make sure I use some of my sinking funds that I've already saved and contribute to Father's Day. I do have some affiliate pay that I will be getting. So affiliate, and then we have AdSense, which is YouTube and all that stuff, in my blog. So you guys make sure you go check out the blog as well. You know, come see about us. So those are some extra incomes. I don't know how much these are going to be at this moment. Yeah, I don't know, because I haven't looked. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been all over the place. But yes, this is where we're at right now. So we need to get $545 to cover expenses. Okay, that is where we're at. Alright, so I hope that you guys enjoyed that budget with me, and let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if you're looking for ways that you can help support me during this time, it is by watching these videos, sharing these videos, and, you know, just making sure you tell people like, hey, if you're looking to get your money right, come join us. Okay, that's what we're doing over here, and I hope that you guys will stay along for this journey, because it definitely is a journey. This is something I've never had to do before, so I'm really excited, but more so excited that I'm in a better place than I was a few years ago. So now I'm able to do the things that I need to do. All right, you guys, I'll catch you in our next video. Mwah. Okay, bye.
Sometimes it really feels like I lose control.